Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope we are all doing well by God's grace. I am doing fantastically well. I am so happy to come your way with this very delicious authentic kontomire stew. Kontomire stew, not spinach stew. Kontomire papanibi stew. It was spinach stew. Anyway, kontomire stew. Where you original kontomire. So yes, before we get into it, please remember to like this video on your way in and then subscribe and share. So my ingredients, I have some onions that I've diced. I used red onions. I have a lot of those. I have my momoni. I have money paste recipe. I'll link it for you. And I have my chili. I have a recipe for this chili too. I'll link it for you. And I also have some tomatoes. So I'm using fresh tomatoes that I have chopped and some canned tomatoes as well. Okay, I'm mixing it. Yeah, mix. I have some Dawadawa. This is key to your very delicious kontomire stew. Okay, then I have some shrimp powder and then herrings powder. Okay, amani powder. So I have some Koobi and I have this is turkey that has been grilled. I have some tuna and then I have some mackerel and then I have wele. Wow, selection. Yeah, it is going to be delicious. Okay, so here I have my spices. So I'm using some Wadiaba and some cloves, and then I'm using some Aniseed. Okay, so that is all that we're going to be adding. Okay, so I also have my agushi. I'm using pumpkin seeds. Okay, so they do the same thing literally. So okay, so I've blended my pumpkin seeds and I'm going to be adding some ginger powder to it, okay, and then some salt, right? So the salt is going to give it a very nice taste, okay, and I'm adding ginger because they tend to be some sort of bland, okay, so you add salt to it and it helps it coagulate as well, so it tends to the egg-like texture, no? So yeah, I've stirred it and I've set it aside. Okay. So these are my kontomire or my cocoyam leaves. Okay. So that is what we call kontomire, cocoyam leaves, and we use it for stew in Ghana, and it is so delicious. And we use it for soup. Okay. So I've used some for my bunebunu soup, which I've shared recently. Okay. So yeah, so what I do is I take out all the stems. Okay, they're very firm stems. I take it all out, wash it. Okay, I've washed it. I did it off camera. Yes, and because I work by myself, I work alone, so just moving the camera up and down makes it a bit tedious, so I try to do some things off camera. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm arranging it, I'm laying it in such a way that it will be easier for me to cut. So once I've laid everything on top of each other, I roll it and then I slice them. Okay, so I'm going to be slicing this. So once I slice to the end, I will turn my chopping board round, or sort of turn the whole leaves that I've already sliced round, and then cut it further, chop it further to give it like smaller sizes, if I can say that. Okay, so you see me turn everything and also going to slice it again so that I have shorter leaves. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'll set it aside, and what I normally would do, I don't cook my kontomire. No, I don't cook it. Some people cook it. I just add some salt and add boiling water to it and let it sit for a few minutes, and then what I do is I will drain it. Okay, so I just don't want the green color to disappear, and I don't want it to overcook as well. Okay, and usually when you put it in raw like that, it can be sort of itchy on the tongue, sort of, it's a better muscle. So I'm draining it and then I'll let it sit until I'm ready to use it. Okay, so the hot water is basically to sort of kill any foreign microorganisms or that are not supposed to be there. Okay, Charlie, Ghana food, yeah, okay, so I'll set it aside. I'll let it sit here whilst I'll attend to the other things. Okay, so in my saucepan I'm adding some red oil. Okay, and this is zumi, and my abenquine oil. I'm mixing them. Okay, and we're going to be adding our Koobi. So what I did is my Koobi, I cut the Koobi's head off, and I like to fry my oil inside with the Koobi. Just some percent me chimi oil, no me chi and one money Koobi, no. So you fry the oil inside with the Koobi, right? So that it is infused in the oil and makes this stew really delicious. So I'm adding my momone, okay, and I've already added my chopped onions. So I'm going to fry it for 2 minutes, and then I'll add the rest of the ingredients. This Kontomire stew is very good. It's so delicious. I'm adding my chilies, and with this recipe, if you love chilies or if you can accommodate hot or spicy food, add a bit more, because the agushi or the agushi that you added, this is when I'm adding my dawadawa. Please, if you have dawadawa, make use of it. It makes the food so good and delicious. Stews like this, oh, if you add your dawadawa, you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm adding my tomatoes now, right? So I was saying that I add a bit more chili, because the agushi can neutralize everything, and the tomatoes and everything, they can neutralize it. So if you add a bit more chili, otherwise you don't taste the chili. But if you are not a chili fan, and then forget it. It's okay. So I'm adding my wele, because wele is tougher. It takes longer to cook now. So whilst my tomato is cooking, it will cook my wele. By the time everything is ready, the wele is nice and soft and it's chewable. Because if you've met wele that is not chewable, well, you know what I'm talking about. Just say, it's a Thai. Actually, a Thai. Okay, so my tomato has simmered nicely. So I'm adding my fish powders. Okay, so the shrimp and the herrings, and I've added my spices. Okay, so I'm giving it a very nice, beautiful, good stir. Okay, and then I'll add some salt to taste. Okay, so you have to be cautious when you adding salt to your stew, especially when there is Kontomire, when there's Koobi involved, because Koobi is very, very salty. So this is where I add my agushi or my pumpkin seeds. Okay, so you can use normal agushi, or if you have pumpkin seeds, don't worry about agushi. It's the same thing. Seriously, it does the same thing. It actually looks like the agushi has been polished. Green if you like white. That's how I see it. Anyway, so yes, I let it cook for a little bit, and then I'm adding the rest of my protein. Bibia potogum shegum bibia gum bim. So because the Koobi won't take long to cook. Koobi hit kakra na apena abin. So now I'm adding my Kontomire, and I'll give it a stir. Let num kakra, and then the Kontomire is ready to be served. And this Kontomire, it is so good, because when you add dawadawa and then you add your Koobi, do you people feel me? Do you know what I'm talking about? Just say the dawadawa wom, Koobi wom, Aniseed wom, Nkitinkiti wom, with the aba wom, and I diampo wom, Cloves kakra, friends say trimu, birefi. Charlie, it is so good, right? So good. So yeah, pepper, cloves to the pepper. So I served mine with some yam and rice. Just say, the only thing I didn't have is ripe plantain, cocoa, and also so this supporting another. Charlie, this is so good. This recipe is simple, delicious. So you can always give it a try. And I want to say thank you for stopping by once again and coming to watch my video. I really do appreciate you. Please, if you are new here, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And thank you all so much. And I'll see you in the very next one. Bye.